I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, Book 5 in the Do the Wrong series. Last time I read, Ava skipped another party with Garrett to stay home and experienced intense pain at the thought of losing him. Trigger warning for this piece, language. This is a new chapter. It's called Trust. I fuck the teddy bear's nighttime bartender. Muscular and solid, he's nothing like Garrett. I don't even ask his name. He wears a tight black t-shirt that says Art across the chest. I fuck Art instead of Garrett, and I hate everything. A few nights later, a bit stoned after leaving Anja's, meandering down a now empty St. Paul Street, which during the day is one of Concord's busiest and most popular shopping boulevards, I see a man standing, just standing. When he sees me, he points to a doorway and smiles. Go on up, it's an after hours. I furrow my eyebrows and scrunch my nose, perplexed. No cover, he exclaims. I follow his arm and go up because an illegal bar on one of Concord's biggest streets, blatantly advertised by a man who looks like he could sell furniture or keep books for said furniture store, is too weird not to check out. It's like 1930s Chicago was merged with 1992 Concord. Inside, a massive concrete dance floor stands empty with bleachers around two sides. Presumably the floor will fill up later, though now at 1 a.m. it's me and maybe 20 others sitting and standing. I take a seat. How? Hi, Garrett says. I know it's odd the way he shows up at bars where I am, but we're both out a lot and run in similar circles. Hi, I mumble as he sits down beside me. My stomach knots while a dull pain snakes its way up to my chest. I stare ahead and clench my teeth. Annie Lennox sings Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Stay in Concord, he says. I glance at him. His head is tilted and his eyes, he's pleading. You don't even have to see me. I clench harder and turn away. CCA is the best art school in Canada. His voice hitches. Don't you trust anybody? He titters. Reader, why are there no good synonyms for laughter? Words that capture the many varieties of it but aren't weak or ugly. Titter. As if he's a shy schoolgirl, which right now, with his leather jacket hunched around his shoulders as he leans forward, elbows on his knees, beautiful head angled towards me. Even turned away, his image stays with me, like the red, green, blue after images when you take off 3D glasses during a 3D movie. Helpless? Huh. Ugly? Ugly? He's the most beautiful man. I trust myself, and that's plenty, I spit as I whip my head around to face him. He titters again. Seriously, there are no good synonyms. Snigger, giggle, chuckle, snicker, snort, hideous words for an expression that is always perfect, beautiful, and transcendent in this fucked up existence. Go, I snarl. Fucking go. Tears welling up in my eyes. Shit. He looks away but doesn't leave, so I grab my bag and run for the exit. Where do I get a drive-away van, though? I'm in Damien's friend's apartment with Maddie, who I've barely seen since we both lived in Release. This friend, Connor, has one of my fuck you business cards on his fridge. I forgot Damien scooped them up when I threw them in the garbage. It feels good to see one honored on the fridge of this punk musician I once saw play when Damien and I visited Concord back in the day. We'd had to go down a back alley, knock on a graffiti-covered door, and be scrutinized before being let in. Inside, there were hundreds of punks drinking, laughing, and once motley screams started, moshing. Legend. Connor now runs an illegal after-hours liquor delivery service. He's offered me this apartment because he's moving in with his girlfriend in September. Pretty cool. Affordable in Chelsea Village, walking distance to CCA, big with a full kitchen, living room, and bedroom. I could definitely make art in here. It's in the yellow pages, says Maddie. I've looked. It's not under car and truck rentals. It's in its own section, Maddie replies, taking a drag from her rollie. There's a section called drive-away vans? Vehicles, I think, but yeah, she replies. An actual section called drive-away vehicles. I can't believe there's enough people looking for these things to warrant its own yellow pages entry. I can't believe it's this straightforward. I find a van for September 1st, 2 weeks from now. I'll be a week late for school, but that's okay. Now to find someone to split costs and driving. I call my sister, Sandra. She's leaving on a yacht trip on the day I'm leaving Concord, but I can catch her at the boat dock if I want. She's cold and distant when I call. I mean, I've been in Concord for 4 months, and this is the first time I've reached out, which pretty much sums up our relationship. We are as different as, I don't know, the sun and moon. She married her high school sweetheart. They party and enjoy bourgeois things like yachting. I don't know how they afford it. She sets up displays for the Hudson's Bay department store. A pretty cool job, I will admit, but I doubt it pays that well. The first and only job she's ever had. She did an internship, got hired, and poof, there she is. Robin, her husband, is a surveyor. I don't like Robin. In high school, I crushed on him, like many of us. Funny, attractive, sensitive. He didn't drink like his whole Irish family did until his first girlfriend left him. What Catholic girl doesn't want a handsome, tragic man waiting for her healing touch? At first, I thought Sandra had landed a real catch, but now the business with my shaved head and him saying no bald women in my wedding party, as if the wedding was his and not Sandra's as well. The comment about marrying her because she looked like a Budweiser girl. He's still handsome, but he's become mean, with women often the butt of his jokes. It'll be years before I realize how much Garrett and Robin are alike, as well as Sandra and I. So funny that we don't see what's right in front of us so often. Why?
I should have left.
Garrett leads me around the perimeter of the National Exhibition grounds and down some train tracks. A couple hours ago, while I sat at the Teddy Bear Club, he came up beside me. He smiled hesitantly. I smiled. I didn't mean to upset you. It's okay, I overreacted. We sat in silence for a few minutes. Are you ready to go? I nodded. I've booked a drive-away van for September 1st. I'll be late for school, but that's okay. Nothing happens during the first week anyway. I've got some friends in Westwood. They can help you find work. Film industry, he says matter-of-factly. I turn towards him. Thanks. We hold eyes for a second. Do you need help loading the van? I glance back at him and nod, then quickly turn away, tears filling my eyes. Thanks, I mumble. Anything for Pumpkinhead, he jokes quietly. I can hear the grin on his face, but stare at the counter, snorting and crying. He called me sweetheart about a month ago, and I'd snapped, don't call me that. What should I call you then, he teased. Pumpkinhead, that's what my dad used to call me, I'd blurted, and not thinking. He'd laughed. Hey, he murmurs, you doing anything today? I shake my head no, turning to look at him and wiping my eyes. You want to go to the National Exhibition? I'm breaking inside. God, I'm breaking. Sure, I say, wiping away tears. So here we are, balancing on rotting ties and dodging the actual tracks and overgrown weeds while the fairground noise dims and rides and attractions shrink as if they're in another universe on the other side of a chain-link fence and a sea of gone-to-seed grass. When the ground drops off near the tracks, but the fence doesn't, Garrett stops. Here, he smiles. He lifts the fence for me to scramble under, then follows. We stand and saunter through the green gold as if we belonged there. I never thought of Garrett as someone who partook of proper Canadiana culture like a powwow, but that's where we head. Susan, the filmmaker from the rave, calls out, hey! Ah, that explains it. We join her and some other people I've never met on a blanket. So you're going to Westwood, she says to me. Uh-huh, I nod. I'll be a week late for classes, but that's okay. Garrett sits beside me, elbows across knees, staring at the ground below him. Another round of dancing starts, so we watch for a bit. I pull my jacket around me. I have no idea where I'm going to live, I laugh. Haven't found an apartment yet. Kitsilano, Susan says. Look there. She smiles at me, knowingly, with authority. I don't like this about her. I don't like certain unquestioning people who assume they have all the answers. The rest of her is okay. She's like a mom, older than Garrett and I, mature. Okay, I nod, and Garrett looks at me and smiles. Except for my dad's, it's the saddest smile I've ever seen.